All right, so um, we've got this whole stack of research about writing bunk cybersecurity reports,
Oh, yeah.
mostly from this Hack the Box article called "How to Write Better Security Reports for Techies and Execs."
Yeah.
And it's funny because we all know like communication and cybersecurity, that's like
Right. So
key.
you,
But
right.
sometimes it feels like our reports are speaking a totally different language
Right, yeah, for sure.
than our audience.
Definitely.
So how do we make these reports like actually impactful? You know, get
Mhm.
people to actually read them and use them.
Well, I think the article makes a good point right off the bat about sticking to the format.
Yeah.
Like, if there's already a structure in place
Yeah, for sure.
that your company or your team uses,
I get that.
you got to stick with it.
Sometimes it's tempting to
Right.
reinvent the wheel,
Yeah.
especially when you're excited about like what you found.
Yeah.
But if there's a template there, there's
Exactly.
probably a reason.
For sure.
Okay, so sticking to the format.
Yep.
But what if you are starting from scratch
Okay.
or you have some flexibility?
Right.
Where do we even begin? Like, how do we
Okay.
craft this compelling cybersecurity report?
Well, the article really stresses this, and it's like the golden rule of communication: know your audience.
Oh, for sure.
And in cybersecurity, I think it's especially true
Just,
because you're dealing with such a wide range of people with different levels of understanding.
you've got executives who want like the bottom line.
Exact.
What's broken? How do we fix it?
Right.
What's working well?
Yep.
And then you've got your technical teams who are like in the weeds
Absolutely.
with the vulnerabilities
Yeah.
and like actually doing the remediation.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to explain a complex exploit to a CEO and a security analyst at the
Yeah.
same time. They
Yeah.
both need to know, but
It's totally different needs.
exactly.
So how do you like tailor a report to that,
Right.
to those different audiences?
Well, it's like you're building a bridge between those two worlds. Okay.
So for your executives, you want to focus on clear, concise language,
Mm-hmm.
avoiding jargon,
Yeah.
highlighting the impact,
Okay.
and the solutions.
Like that.
Think about explaining the issue to like someone non-technical.
Okay.
Could your grandmother understand it?
Oh, that's a good one.
You know? And then for the technical folks, you really want to give the details.
Okay.
Go deep into the vulnerability,
Yeah.
root cause, remediation steps.
Mm-hmm.
They need that detailed analysis
For sure.
to actually be able to solve the problem.
Okay.
You can even do like a structured approach
Okay.
where you have a separate executive summary at the beginning
Ooh, I like that.
to really cater to both audiences.
It's like a choose your own adventure.
Exactly. Everyone gets what they need
I love that.
without being overwhelmed with too much information.
Okay, so now this is where I think things get really interesting.
Okay.
So the article talks about screenshots
Mhm.
in reports.
And I'll admit, in the past, I've just been like, oh, here's a screenshot.
Yeah,
But they're saying it's like a lot more nuanced than that.
it is.
So, like, how do you make them good?
Mm-hmm.
What separates a good screenshot from a bad one?
Think of your screenshots like visual evidence
Right.
in a cybersecurity investigation.
Yeah.
You know, they can either be very compelling
Okay.
or they can just be a distraction.
All right. So how do we make them compelling?
A good screenshot isn't just a random snapshot.
Yeah.
It tells a specific story.
Okay.
It should show the steps you took,
Mm.
the vulnerability,
Yeah.
and the impact.
So it's all about context,
Yes,
clarity.
exactly.
They talk about like zooming in
Yeah.
on crucial details,
Yeah.
cloud outs to like point things out
Yeah. Using callouts,
and getting rid of clutter.
cropping things out,
Yeah.
cleaning up the image.
It's almost like you're like a photographer.
You are.
You're like setting up the shot
Exactly.
to like
You're directing the eye
direct the viewer to what
to the important part.
they need to see.
Exactly.
Like you wouldn't show a crime scene photo to a
Yeah.
jury
Yeah.
and be like, here's the whole messy thing.
Right. You'd zoom in on the evidence.
You'd be like, here's the fingerprint.
You'd circle the fingerprint.
Here's the weapon.
Arrow pointing to the weapon.
Exactly.
Watch it.
So you're creating this narrative with the visuals
Yes.
to like back up your writing.
And just like in that crime scene photo, you don't want to reveal sensitive information.
Oh, yeah.
So redact any PII
Good point.
credentials.
Wow. Always got to be thinking about security.
Always.
Okay. So now let's talk about another tool for crafting these reports.
Okay.
Style guides. Style guides.
Maybe not the most glamorous
Oh.
part of the writing process,
Okay.
but crucial
Super.
for consistency
Yeah.
and clarity.
You know what caught my eye in the article
What's that?
was they talked about like even hack the box as an example.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
How do you write it?
do you capitalize the
Right.
do you not? Is it HTB?
Yeah.
Like, do you ever get tripped up by stuff like that?
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
it seems small,
It does.
but I feel like it can make it look
It can definitely make it look less professional.
less professional.
And it can confuse the reader.
Right.
So style guides help us eliminate that guesswork.
Yeah.
Set a standard.
It's like your cybersecurity
Chris,
writing Bible.
It's the Bible.
So you don't have to argue about every little thing.
You got the rules, just follow the rules.
You get the rules,
Yeah.
just follow them.
Yeah.
And it's consistent.
Looks polished.
Listen.
And the best part is you don't have to create this yourself.
Right.
Most organizations already have a style guide.
Yeah.
If you can't find it, ask
all.
your manager or a colleague and they'll point you in the right direction.
So just to like recap for our listener,
Okay.
we've talked about sticking to the format,
Yes,
tailoring your language
Mhm.
to your audience,
for sure.
using screenshots like a pro,
It's like a pro.
and embracing the power of the style guide.
Absolutely.
All these little things
It can make a big difference.
that can really make your report
Huge.
more clear and effective.
Absolutely, and that's just the start.
Oh,
There's one more crucial step that can really make or break your report, and that's
self-editing.
yeah.
I'll be honest, that's like
I know.
my least favorite part.
It's tempting to just
It's like, I just spent all this time writing it, and now I have to like,
hit send and be done.
I know.
Pick it apart.
Taking the time to self-edit can make a huge difference
Okay.
in how your report is received.
So what are some
It's like the polish
yeah
that turns a good report
strategies
into a great way.
to make self-editing less painful?
Well, first of all, give yourself a break.
Okay.
Don't edit right after you finish writing.
Oh yeah.
Step away.
Get some distance.
Clear your head.
Hmm.
Grab a coffee.
I can see that.
Come back to it with fresh eyes.
Sometimes you get so in the zone you don't. Yeah.
You get tunnel vision.
You can't even see the mistakes anymore.
Exactly.
Okay.
And when you do sit down to edit, try reading it aloud.
Okay.
Might feel a little strange at first, but
Yeah.
it's a great way to catch awkward phrasing.
Ooh. I like that.
Run-on sentences, parts that just don't flow.
I do that with my presentations.
Yeah.
I never thought to do it with reports.
It works wonders.
Okay. I'm going to try that.
Another trick is to change the document's appearance
What?
while you're editing.
Okay.
Change the font, the spacing,
Interesting.
the background color,
Okay.
anything to just kind of break up the monotony.
So you're not staring at that same white screen.
Exactly. And help you see the text with fresh eyes.
Okay.
And finally, remember, self-editing isn't a one-time thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ongoing process.
Yeah.
So as you write, you should be constantly reviewing and refining.
So it's not just like fixing mistakes. It's more about like actively shaping
Yes.
what you're trying to say.
It's like you're a sculptor.
Chipping away at a block of marble
You're constantly refining.
until you've created a masterpiece.
Okay, I like that.
You got it.
So for our listener
Yeah.
who's hopefully ready to write some amazing reports,
I hope so.
what are the key takeaways here?
Well, we started with the foundational elements,
Yeah.
sticking to the format,
Hmm?
understanding your audience.
Right.
Then we moved into the visual realm,
Yeah.
using those screenshots strategically,
Screenshots like a pro.
redacting that sensitive information.
Don't forget your style guide.
Ah, yes, the style guide,
Our secret weapon.
our secret weapon for consistency and professionalism.
And then embrace self-editing to make it clear and impactful.
It's not about being perfect on the first try.
You don't have to be Hemingway.
Right. It's about
Just got to get the message across.
that constant striving for clarity and impact.
Yeah.
And the article actually highlights some really great resources from hackthebox
Oh, perfect.
that can help you do all of this.
Tell me more.
They specifically mention the documentation and reporting
Okay.
and security incident reporting modules on HTB Academy.
I love a good resource recommendation.
These offer hands-on training practical exercises.
Awesome.
So you can actually solidify your understanding
Like a writing coach in your pocket.
and start applying these concepts right away.
I think the biggest thing I'm getting from this whole conversation
Yeah.
is that report writing isn't just checking a box.
It's not just a chore.
It's a crucial skill
It is.
for any cybersecurity professional.
It's about translating those complex technical details into clear, actionable insights
Because at the end of the day,
that drive real-world decisions.
it's about communication
It is.
and making sure that everybody understands
And the better you are at
the
that,
problem.
the more effective you'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So before we wrap up,
Okay.
I want to leave our listener with something to think about.
Okay.
Think about like the last cybersecurity report you wrote.
Okay.
What's one small change you could make? based on what we talked about.
Yeah.
That would like take it to the next level.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe it's adding those callouts to your screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
Or like taking that 5-minute break before you edit.
Oh, absolutely.
All about those little things adding up over time.
Those little tweaks can make a big difference.
To make you a better communicator.
Yeah. And those HTB Academy modules,
Yeah.
those can really help.
Like we said, those are a great resource.
They are.
So
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect place to wrap up.
Definitely.
You know, improving your report writing.
Yeah.
It's not a one-time thing.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
It is.
It's practice.
Keep practicing.
Learning. Refining. And just like always trying to communicate more clearly.
For sure. The more you practice these principles, the more natural they'll become.
Who knows?
You might even start to enjoy it.
Okay, maybe not enjoy it.
Okay, maybe not.
But at least make it less painful.
A little less painful.
And more effective.
More effective.
So until next time.
Yes.
Happy reporting, everyone.